Hello people, this is another episode of me basically wasting your time on YouTube. So today, my friend told me that he found actually a pretty retarded video where a guy tries to say that consoles are much better than PCs, and will always be, which is in my opinion quite retarded. So I said like, why not make a video, because I make decent points. I think this is actually the only topic where I can make decent points. So I guess I'm going to react on that video. Like, I know there were some other YouTubers, like much bigger YouTubers with, 50,000, 30,000 subscribers that did a video on his topic, like a response video. And I said, like, why not jump on the hate bandwagon, because, so maybe I will get more than, 40 views, because I barely get anything. Please subscribe. And, well, I guess, let's start. He has a nice intro, by the way.
Another top 5 reasons is there's no need for endless upgrades when you play on a console. A console is automatically built to house all your gaming needs. The UI interfaces are much better. It's much easier to navigate and get your games easily, or just put in your disc and play, or just easily click your downloaded application. Everything is much easier for you to find than going on a PC, and you don't need to constantly buy the new parts as they come. The only thing you probably would have to do, like say with a PS4 or Xbox One, is just increase your terabytes, but that's easy to do, unlike popping in different RAMs, different cords, different pieces.
So his first argument is quite, old, outdated, because there are several PC gamers that still use the graphics card they bought like 4 to 5 years ago. For example, a 560, 570, like, these cards are quite old right now. Yet they didn't make an upgrade, same with RAM and all that stuff, and they still play every game, well, at least at medium, 900p settings, I guess. Yeah, that was a pretty bad point. And then the next thing, like, the consoles are just better. Like, you don't really need to upgrade. You need to upgrade a whole system to really play the games. Because when did the PlayStation 4 and Xbox come out? Like in 2013. Like before, you had a totally different system. While my friends that have like a 560 and all that, they still have the same graphics card. So yeah, that argument isn't really that strong.
To your computer just to make sure it can even run the damn games. So consoles in that respect will always be a step ahead in not needing constant upgrades, because the only time you need to upgrade is when a new console comes out. You don't need to upgrade almost every month or every few months with new parts just to sustain your PC gaming, because that sucks. I could play comfortably on a console. I don't need to sit in front of a monitor all the damn time, or the entire time I'm playing, hunched over at a desk where my hands can get cramped using a mouse and keyboard, and even using the controller I still don't want to use.
Boo-hoo-hoo, little boy sitting in front of the monitor, grab his hand around the mouse. What a poor little boy. Boo.
Sit in front of a computer screen. I'd rather sit back on my bed or sit back on my couch with my controller and play on a very large television, probably a 4K television, or I forgot what the largest size TV is, but you get the 60-inch, 70-inch, I don't know, just the largest TV possible, instead of playing on a small monitor screen and with resolution that you can even get on the TV.
Did you just say that you would use a 4K television for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4? I mean, Paul, I think you already know the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are not able to display 4K. So that argument is, well, quite bad.
Is not much of a difference. So you will always play comfortably with consoles. There is no doubt about it. Instead of being in the dark, I could just be in the warm lit of the living room, or probably, in the dark of my bedroom, but at least I'm comfortable laying on a bed, sitting on a beanbag chair, sitting on a lounge chair,
Well, there's quite an easy solution to that problem. Well, just take your PC or your laptop. You probably have an HDMI cable. Just put your PC next to your television. Connect the PC to the television via HDMI cable. Then, if you have the problem with you don't like keyboards and mouses, there's quite an easy solution to that problem. Well, just take your PC or your laptop. You probably have an HDMI cable. Just put your PC next to your television. Connect the PC to the television via HDMI cable. Then, if you have the problem with you don't like keyboards and mouses, just buy every controller you have, because the PC isn't limited to just one controller. You can literally connect the PC to every controller available. Just connect it, and you can sit on your pretty beanbag or your whatever chair, and in the dark, of course, as you said, and play your games with, of course, better frame rate, better resolution, and every advantage that the PC has.
Pull the little seat thing back, pull the little leg part up, pop your legs up, instead of just going with a keyboard going click, 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 click. You know, damn near gonna give yourself dyslexia. Try. Trying to use a keyboard and mouse, trying to play your game. We could just play comfortably sitting on the sofa, you know. But that's from experience, you know. Sitting on a sofa is easier. Hardware expenses and the complexity. It is very expensive to just put your PC together and build it. This ties into the first reason, but the expenses and its complexity it's very complex for some people. Not all people. Like if you're a technophobe, or not technophobe, a fucking technomaniac, then you could put your PC together. Other than that, the common person or the common gamer just doesn't want to go through all that, where they can just easily pop the console in and start going away and playing. So consoles are not complex, not at all. And I've heard people say, oh, consoles are complex for them. It's probably because they don't have the patience.
Building a PC is actually quite easy. It's like building something with Legos. Like, you see, does that thing pass in that slot? Of course it does. Just plug it in. It's that simple. I mean, and there are like millions of tutorials on how to build a PC. Like, you really don't need to have a degree or something like that. Like, even freaking 6-year-olds that build a PC better than me, for example. So it's quite easy. Just search it up.
Or they just don't have the brainstem to handle just, you know, very simple, easy to pick up and play gaming. So PCs are very complex for some people. No, actually for most people. Not some, but most. If they have the time and effort for it, I'm sure they can do it, but why would they do that? A real gamer just wants to pop in, go and play. Hell, probably the Nintendo Switch will do better than a PC, or probably be more powerful than that.
Wrong. Consoles are not really plug in and play anymore. Since PlayStation 2 and after, since PlayStation 3 and after, you're just downloading things like firmware updates, system updates, the whole system just to play one game, and etc. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's not plug and play anymore like the PlayStation 1 and 2 was, and most of the other consoles at that time. And then, a real gamer isn't really just to have a plug-in and play and don't really do nothing and be not productive at all. I mean, just because you say it doesn't mean that that's what gamers are. And this comes from a guy that thinks that the Nintendo Switch is going to perform better than a PC. I mean, oh my god.
The physical appearance of users, oh my god, I know the difference between console gamers and PC elitists.
Okay, I'm actually surprised what I'm going to hear right now. I mean, oh my god.
Now, casual PC gamers, they're not the ones that look like the size of a house. I've seen a PC elitist with dozens of zits look like he got hit with puberty every day of his life, even before birth.
Oh my god, he's actually putting through this. I can't believe it.
You could tell this motherfucker. Console gamers, we can actually still get up and physically do what we need to do. We don't have to rely sitting on our asses all the time. But a PC elitist prefers to just sit on their ass all day, not care how fat they would get, or they look like slobs while they're doing it. I mean, that's just kind of like, they'd rather play their game. Yeah, they have everything they want with their game, but it's like they don't take their hygiene into account. So, I mean, physical appearance of a user is a detriment, you know. These guys look like slobs, and that's why the 30% of PC gamers, the 30% PC elitists, they just look like house wrecks.
Well, I can't really describe that argument with my own words. I found a very well-known video on YouTube that perfectly describes my situation, hearing that argument. Let me play it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Now, the final part is graphics don't determine the experience. A PC elitist's term for the great gaming experiences is how their game looks. I mean, just because the game can look beautiful and look pretty, that doesn't mean it's fun. Okay, you could play a game that looks like ass and still have a good time. Mind you, there's a lot of games out there that they look like hell, but yet people still have fun with them. Am I right or wrong? People still have a blast. Graphics will never determine the experience of true gaming. The experiences is for the player to experience the game for himself, and if they like it, if they like the game, whether it's shitty to someone else, as long as it's fun for them, hell, I'll even tell you right now, I had a good time playing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in game. Oh wow, I'm probably gonna catch some shit for that, but I know the game looked like shit, but it was still fun. It was still a quick Spidey adventure. So, that's all I gotta say for this list, guys.
Rock.
Wrong.
That is absolutely
Wrong.
proved over and over again.
Wrong.
He actually had.
Of course, graphics are not the biggest factor of a game, but for example, you play Battlefield 1 right there on your whatever gameplay. I have the same game on PC, probably paid the same price, or actually even cheaper. Have basically the same gameplay, audio, and all that. Just I have better graphics, and I can even control the graphics. And you can't really do that. You can't really control anything on that game. This is the difference between, well, PC gaming and console gaming. Quite simple, right? Again, the PC has more indie games, if you want to say, like, there are great games without great graphics. Yes, but the PC leads definitely in that category. The thing is just, well, the same games that you console gamers say that are graphically amazing look on us even better, like, except Uncharted. My heart's broken, but whatever. And the last argument with that Spider-Man thing, that's not even in the discussion about consoles against gaming PCs or PCs, whatever. So, well, all in all, it was a pretty bad use of arguments, because every argument was quite weak. And, well, I have nothing to say about it. I just lost, 3 hours of my life editing this video and all that stuff. And you probably lost around, 7 to 10 minutes of your life. I hope you would subscribe to show honor to PC games, I don't know. Leave a like and I will buy you a beanbag in the dark where you can play with your console, Spider-Man, whatever game that has bad graphics but still has great gameplay, in his opinion. And, well, I really don't have nothing to say except that, well, see ya. Well, I still didn't add the video, maybe I have to say something else, like, oh yeah, I always forget it, like, subscribe, like if you liked the video, dislike if you didn't like it, which is of course understandable with my boring voice, boring gameplay and whatever, but I still don't care. Even if you dislike, I get money, like 0.0001, but well, whatever. See ya!